Welcome to This Week with Insights. And today we're doing something a little bit different. I'm interviewing Shannon Runyon. Welcome, Shannon.
Thank you.
We sometimes have on these videos really focused on something very objective, and it's like, aha, that's it, very clear. Sometimes a little bit more subjective. And today, definitely a little bit more on the subjective side.
Yeah.
And so, Shannon, can you just explain a little bit about who you are, just so the viewers know you a little bit?
Sure. My name is Shannon, and I'm a mom of 5. I homeschool, just your typical homemaker. Get to stay home. So.
Yeah, and I've been to your church, if I remember right. It's just kind of, you're right up the middle, Bible-believing evangelical church.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, with that is a little bit of a background. Something unusual happened to you 2.5 years ago. Can you explain what happened?
I was in my kitchen, and all of a sudden, before me, I see a map, and it was said Roman Empire and Ottoman Empire on it.
Okay, just a second. Okay, so this is not like a physical map that you laid out on your table. Like, you're saying your eyes were open and suddenly this map appeared before you.
Yeah, it was black screen and like a white outlining, and
Okay, and what were you doing at the time in your kitchen?
I was sweeping my floor.
Okay, all right. So you weren't really looking for this?
Not at all.
Okay, anyway, keep going.
Not at all. And then I sensed the Lord press upon me that there was going to be changes globally, and America wasn't going to be at the top of it. And then I saw screens of like flashes of people sick, and riots and fires, and there's a lot of chaos.
Do you have any sense of what started all that chaos?
I don't.
And this, if I remember right, again, it was some international thing. It wasn't only in America.
Correct.
But it certainly did include America.
Yeah, it was definitely inclusive globally. Yeah.
Okay. And when you mention things like riots and so forth, like I think of the recent Trump riots or race riots and all that kind of thing, was it like that or was it different?
It was a lot more looting, people breaking into buildings and starting fires, and fighting and quarreling amongst each other too. But I got the sense that it was more of looting type stuff.
So something devastating, you believe, is going to happen to our nation.
Correct. The Lord also, I feel, pressed upon me to really learn how to live off the land and gardening, get back to the ways of our ancestors on that.
So in other words, like be more self-sustaining?
Correct, yeah.
Wow, is there anything else you'd want to share with us?
That I really just feel like as Christians, not only preparing physically and learning how to garden, but spiritually. Okay,
and like, can you give us a couple ideas in terms of that?
I really feel like it's important to be right with the Lord, seeking Him and seeing what it is that He is pressing upon you and what He would have you do.
You know, when I hear this, I just think of like, I want to humble myself because there's something huge coming. And, you know, not simply because Shannon has shared this, and by the way, I hear different stories like this as I travel around the country with the Forerunners message, but also just simply reading Jeremiah or Isaiah or Ezekiel or one of the other prophets. It's like, it's eerie how much it is similar, that America's trajectory with ancient Israel and actually some of the other nations that are talked about in those prophetic books as well. So Shannon, thank you so much for sharing with us. Can you come back next week?
Sure.
Okay, so we'll be back with Shannon next week to talk a little bit further about what's coming to our nation.